The Hell's Kitchen Signature Dish Challenge is the contestants' opportunity to put who they are on a plate and showcase their talents. So, what the heck is this? Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 worst signature dishes on Hell's Kitchen.
I apologize.
Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we're looking at the dishes from the Signature Dish Challenge that incurred the wrath of Chef Gordon Ramsay. They can be bad because of the dish itself, but if the demeanor and attitude of the contestant was also poor, we will be factoring that in.
I really don't understand what Chef Ramsay didn't like about the dish. I'm a little boggled on that.
Number 10, Holly's wrapped halibut.
All right, that was disgusting.
And that's your signature dish?
That was disgusting.
3 things Gordon Ramsay can't stand: unearned arrogance, BS, and bad food. With Holly's halibut dish, he got all 3. Things got off to a bad start when Ramsay was taken aback at the dish's appearance.
It's like a classic Indian dish.
I've been to India. I haven't seen food like that.
Holly, instead of admitting she was in over her head, chose to steer into the skid, explaining that the dish was a classic from India. It's not. Was she going for a bold bluff or just a little delusional? Who can tell? Gordon was quick to spit out the food, then called it a disaster, and into the garbage it went. Suffice it to say, Holly didn't win the round.
Holly, that was a
She did win the
disaster.
feast.
One for the next. Well done.
Number 9, Monique's Moe's pasta.
Tell me about the marinara sauce. I want to know how you made
Oh,
it.
she got it from a jar.
Jar.
Yeah, she
Step
got
1
it
in a
from a
cooking
jar.
competition: cook. Apparently,
couldn't
Monique
cook.
missed the
Don't
memo with her pasta
don't
dish
flavor.
because as Gordon was taking the first bite, she explained that the marinara sauce was from a jar. Everyone in the room, including audience members, knew that that was a big mistake.
No, if you wanted it, you should have just told me. I would have did it. You
Oh,
came
I've
to
got
the
to tell
kitchen.
you what I want.
We're not sure what's more shocking, that she had the gall to try and pull this off, or the fact that she seemingly didn't understand the severity of the misstep. Even worse, she tried to make it Ramsay's fault for not warning her not to use the pre-made sauce. Yikes.
Most pasta, 1 out of 5.
Okay, got it.
Well done, Meg.
Number 8, Jen's Dungeness Crab Risotto.
I don't see anybody being more passionate about cooking than me.
Jen came into the competition ready to blow Gordon Ramsay away with her
Jen
cooking,
cannot
and her
cook.
lack thereof certainly did the job. As he took the first bite of her dish, you could really see him savor— oh no, wait, he spit it out. Her risotto was raw, not undercooked, not needed just another minute, raw.
Oh no. Damn.
The rice is raw. And you're now on the garde-manger.
Which is the cold part of the kitchen, which confirms you can't cook.
It was a rocky start for Jen, especially when Ramsay put 2 and 2 together and accused her of not knowing how to cook because she was a garde-manger. Sure
can't
enough,
cook.
Jen fired back with attitude, and that went just about as well as you'd expect.
He has absolutely no idea what he's talking about, and he has absolutely no idea who he's talking to.
Yeah. And he
Number
was
7,
fine.
Latasha's grilled watermelon.
Oh yeah,
What I have
remember
here is
Latasha.
grilled hickory rub watermelon.
She did win the season.
There's a long list of things Gordon loves off the grill, but watermelon ain't one of them. At least not in this context. You can't give the fruit a hickory rub, slap it on the grill, and call yourself a chef. As soon as the name of the dish is said, Ramsay can't even. In the signature challenge, you're aiming to impress, which is what makes this culinary concoction so misguided.
The rub so
Doesn't work. I'm disappointed. It's underwhelming. 1.
It would be nice to say A for effort, but this dish unfortunately has no redeeming qualities. Luckily, Latasha bounced back quickly and ended up winning season 13. Number 6, Colleen's smoked chicken enchilada.
No diapers, sir. That's smoked chicken enchiladas with poblano cream sauce. My name is Colleen.
Attitude
Oh
is
yeah,
everything,
Miss
and a bad one bodes very poorly for you on the show.
She killed
Upon
her
seeing
season.
Colleen's dish, Ramsay was quick to point out that it resembled a diaper. When prompted to explain her background, Colleen stated that she trained chefs, although she was not a trained chef herself. Needless to say, this didn't impress the Michelin-starred chef. It didn't help that the dish was bad enough for Ramsay to spit out.
you seriously charge?
$300 to teach people how to make that crap.
Colleen apparently didn't appreciate Gordon's criticism and went on to criticize his manners. He had some thoughts to share on that as well.
I teach manners too, chef.
Say it again. Okay, please. Miss Manners, off back in line.
Number 5, Raj's seafood pancake.
Oh, right,
I was always the
Raj.
best cook in the kitchen, so I can't see why
Worst
this
out
would
of
be
the
any different.
whole men's
Raj
team.
was unique. On our list of worst Hell's Kitchen contestants, he actually made number 2. And make no mistake, his signature dish was a sign of things to come. A seafood pancake?
My God!
While popular in some cultures, this particular dish requires a skilled hand, perfect seasoning, and the right cook in order to achieve the desired results. And unfortunately, Raj did not check many of those boxes. Even though the seafood itself was decently cooked, it wasn't enough to save this utter mess of a dish. It was cluttered and covered in oil, and the seafood was buried underneath.
It looks a mess. Presentation's shocking.
Number 4, Louis sausage gravy over biscuits.
What is that?
Sausage gravy over biscuits.
From the very beginning, Louis was in way over his head in Gordon Ramsay's kitchen. Serving his signature diner dish, Gordon's initial reaction was funny enough to stop right there. Things went from bad to worse, though, when Louis explained that he sells his sausage gravy by the gallon.
I sell about 5 gallons of it a week.
Gallons? What you serve to pigs?
Gordon tried it, gave it a good chew, and back out it went. Every other contestant looked on in disbelief as Louis, with complete nonchalance, asked, "What's wrong with it?" "Don't worry, buddy. Ramsay will explain." Louis' hundreds of guests can't all be wrong, right?
It tastes like gunk.
Number 3, Mike's packaged tortellini.
It's just a cheese. It's a packaged tortellini, fresh tortellini.
We've already talked about chefs who had the audacity of serving Gordon Ramsay's store-bought food for their signature dish. When Kevin served packaged pizza dough in season 15, he at least had the humility to admit that he'd made a mistake. This was not the case with Mike, though, who served packaged tortellini alongside canned tomatoes.
Please tell me you use fresh tomatoes.
They were canned tomatoes. Come on, that was a joke.
When called out on the culinary faux pas and his lack of respect for the competition, Mike thought it wise to cuss out the celebrity chef behind his back. But out of the kindness of his heart, Ramsay let it slide. Just kidding.
What did you say?
Number 2, Matt's exotic tartare.
My signature dish isn't to help me stand out because I'm a true culinarian.
Different does not always mean better, new, and exciting. And calling it exotic does not change that. Any good chef knows that. Matt, unfortunately, was not that sort of chef. Matt thought it a good idea to combine raw venison, scallops, caviar, and white chocolate to create this raw surf and turf thing. Matt was wrong. Gordon Ramsay was hesitant to even taste this bizarre concoction, and when he did, he hurled it. This is what happens when chefs who don't have a clue what they're doing try to be experimental. They make Gordon Ramsay sick.
That must be one of the worst combinations I've ever tasted in 21 years of cooking.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few dishonorable mentions.
Oh, really? Oh, no. Oh, my God, really? Oh,
That is hideous.
sorry.
1 out of 5.
He's gonna be in that orgasm, like the Zen
I
mode.
hate tuna.
It's dreadful. What a big disappointment. It isn't half bad. It's all bad. 1 out of 5.
Just let this be over. Number 1, Antonia's Mardi Gras gumbo.
Are you
That
crazy?
was disgusting.
Have you tasted that?
Antonia's career on Hell's Kitchen was one of the shortest of all time, and it's pretty obvious why. Straight out of the gate, Chef Ramsay asked that one burning question.
Does it normally look like a plate of liquid?
No. Now, looks can be deceiving, but that was not the case here. Gordon Ramsay reluctantly took a bite of the gumbo, which quickly caused him to spit it back up.
Excuse me. Now.
Not only did he admonish Antonia for making an inedible dish, but he had every single contestant take a bite to better understand the depravity of what he'd eaten.
Big man,
Yes, sir.
You like your food?
take a mouthful. Pass it along.
It was completely repulsive.
Do you agree with
Okay,
our
I'm gonna
picks?
stop the
Check out
video
these
here.
other great clips
This
from
was
Watch
the first
Mojo,
video.
and be sure to
Last video.
subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.
Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll post another video later. Thank you.